Hey, church family, I hope you are doing well. I just wanted to take a few minutes to update you on how we as a church are planning to navigate out of the current lockdown. As I mentioned last week in my COVID update, we as a team of elders and deacons have been meeting together and planning a roadmap that kind of walks alongside the government's plans for how they are going to unlock the country from the current lockdown situation. I just want to say again, thank you to everyone who's been praying for us and also contributing by asking questions and making suggestions. It's been really helpful to know that as a church, even though it's quite restrictive at the moment, we've been doing this together. In the description below, there's a link that will take you to the letter that I've written on behalf of the elders and deacons to try and map out our roadmap for exiting out of this lockdown. However, I just want to give you the headlines right now. So a few key dates, but please do read the letter because there'll be more detail in the letter, and after this letter we're also going to be putting together further guidance, further videos, so that we can over the coming weeks just fill out the information that you have regarding how we're going to unwind from the lockdown. So here's some key dates for you. On the 2nd of May, Sunday the 2nd of May, we plan to resume in a kind of soft launch way, in-person gatherings. So you will be invited to come and be part of the main gathering in the main hall on Sunday the 2nd of May. At that point we won't have any kids work or under 18s work, and there won't really be much opportunity for interacting with other people at that stage. However, we recognise that many people are just longing to get back to being in person, and so that would be your first opportunity, Sunday the 2nd of May, to come and gather and worship in that way. On the 17th of May, which is one of those kind of moments that the government have highlighted for unlocking things, we're going to be relaunching our cafe and the table meal. So that's going to be a key date for your diary, that on the 17th of May we're going to be relaunching the cafe, and then within that week the table meal. And then on the 23rd of May, Sunday the 23rd of May, that is going to be our formal launch of in-person gatherings on a Sunday. We're going to have under 18s provision. We're also going to have the opportunity after the meeting outside for you to be able to meet in a socially distanced way with up to 30 people, which is quite a big group of people that you'll be able to interact with. If you're kind of working out, well, how's that going to work? Think about a primary school. Think about how many primary schools have playgrounds for different aged groups. We're going to kind of set up some zones so that after the meeting you can go into a zone and you can interact with up to 30 people after the meeting. Then on the 27th of June, again, according to the government's roadmap, we're going to be able to drop most of the restrictions on a Sunday, which will enable us to be able to have coffee inside. It will enable us, hopefully, but this is not guaranteed at that stage, to be able to have congregational singing. And so that's a really key date for you and I to hold on to. I also want to just underline that we recognise that for some people this transition out of lockdown is going to be quite challenging. And so what we've tried to do is to overlay reintroducing in person and keeping some online things consistent. And so we're going to be keeping our live stream open throughout the whole of this period. So if you're not ready yet to come back in person, then you'll be able to join us on the live stream. The tech team have done a remarkable job getting our technology robust enough to be able to cope with people in person and also people joining via live stream. We're going to keep our monthly prayer and worship on Zoom for the next season, so that again you're able to join with others in praying for what God is doing amongst us. We're also going to continue our monthly communion service online, again giving people opportunity to celebrate in that way. We're also going to make sure that some of our new discipleship groups that will be being launched in April, we're going to make sure that at least some of them will be online, so that again, if there's some concerns there around about gathering in person, you're still able to participate online with one of those groups. And again, I just want to reiterate, running partners. These are small groups of 3 people where you can gather together. You can do that on the phone, you can do that on Zoom or another kind of video conferencing thing. Pray for one another, stand with one another, and encourage one another. So there's lots of things that we're going to be reintroducing, and there's lots of things that are going to stay the same through this period of change. The final 2 things just to say. Firstly, in my letter and even in this video, there's not loads of detail. We want to do it in little chunks so that we're not overwhelming you with information. But if you do have some specific questions right now, I want to encourage you to email hello@wearekingsgate.org and just jot down your question, and we'd love to try and answer it. What we don't want to happen through this period is anxiety or concern over something that hasn't yet been communicated to worry people. So please, if you have questions, please ask. And to be honest, you're going to be helping us, because if we know what the questions are, we might be able to communicate that information a bit more widely to other people. The final thing to say, and this is really, really important, most of our Sunday teams have been mothballed over the last year, or if they've not been mothballed, they've been in a very different shape to normal when we would normally be meeting on a Sunday. Many of our midweek teams have also been mothballed. And so as we're now starting to prepare towards meeting together again, starting on the 2nd of May and then our formal launch on the 23rd of May, we really, really need your help. In fact, we need everybody's help to make this possible. And so we really want to ask and even urge, would you volunteer? Would you put your hand up and say, I can help on a Sunday, I can help midweek. What needs doing? Because to be honest, between really Easter and October half term, we're going to need all hands on deck if we're going to make kind of emerging from lockdown smooth and healthy for everybody involved. So would you help us? Would you give at least 6 months of your time to just serve wherever there's a need? And if you're willing to do that, then could I ask you to either email julia@wearekingsgate.org or Corrie@wearekingsgate.org. That's CORI@wearekingsgate.org. If you can email either of those, they're going to be compiling a list and helping people to find where they can volunteer and serve over this coming season. So I hope you're excited. I'm certainly excited. I'm looking forward with real anticipation to the 2nd of May when we're going to have our first in-person gathering. And then I'm really looking forward to the 23rd of May when many, many more people will be able to be back together in person worshipping. Please do take time to read the letter. Please do take time to watch the videos that are going to be coming out and further information that is going to be provided. We want to do this well, we want to do this safely, and we want to do this steadily so that it's like a one-way ratchet that we just keep working until we're out of the restrictions. So please, will you join with us as we take these next steps over the coming months. God bless you all and have a good rest of the week.